Thanks, Thomas. Corsair, DreamLeague Season 10. Everybody is professional and, yeah. That's kind of where, that's where, you know.
Anybody else hungry?
No, not after that.
I'm hungry for some more Dotes. What a great game that was. As we predicted, not fair to say we're all geniuses, but I mean, we were all right, and Kyle pretty much called exactly what happened in that game, buddy.
You know, I feel like this patch has been going on for so long, I feel like I've seen every game like multiple times. I feel like Neo.
All right.
You've seen all the outcomes.
I can see the whatever, the
you
Matrix.
Think you're the one, Kyle?
Maybe.
Could I be your Trinity?
Let's talk about this match though, because Navi looked very good, very strong. Was this then a pure out draft? I mean, we called it all at the start.
100%. The Alk was the perfect pick. It's just you know, I didn't like see it from the initial draft. I was a bit distracted by my one true love, but Alk.
Pizza?
Monster Energy and Corsair.
I love DreamLeague. So glad to be here. The Corsair DreamLeague, my favorite tournament of all time. The Corsair DreamLeague. The Alk fits the Navi draft perfectly, where it's like, okay, you have these 4 great heroes that are all looking for that star player. They just need that filler that can provide a little, like, just raw damage output, hit the towers, something that these support-style heroes can play around. Alk does that. It's also a hard counter to Brood because the acid spray does physical damage. The Broodlings have a ton of magic resistance, but very low HP. So you can't really man up on an Alchemist ever. Natural Manta Buyer, just the perfect pick. And their whole advantage was the Alchemist, and he won the game for them. There really isn't much more to say.
Yeah, he nailed it. I mean, with a team like that, such a big amount of space creation, they didn't even need him for the team fights, honestly, but he chose to come, and then he just snowballed like crazy. Infamous didn't stand a chance, the poor guys.
We also, of course, have a replay to talk through, rather.
All right.
This one's called Baby Love?
What?
Baby love.
Let's go.
All right. I thought I was doing this slide.
Go ahead.
But you're...
I'm just hitting the erase button for you.
All right, we can roll film.
Wait.
All right.
Go ahead. Draw.
All right, I'm drawing. So there's a Yules over here, which is cool, but as you can see, this is the key. Magical. You actually just can't mess with him at this point. He's completely ignoring the Broodmother, and the entire draft of Infamous is really ignoring him completely. They do almost manage to kill Crystallize, but then as you can see, the Root, the Chrono, there's no real way to team fight because you can't ever kill the source of damage.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And as we saw in this, you were talking about the Morphling, the strength of Void versus Morph. Morph could have been doing everything in this game. But, oh, sit down, jeez!
What?
They see that you're standing, Kyle.
They can see you standing.
Oh, no!
Get down! Get down!
All right.
Close call. We almost ruined the immersion of the show.
Whew. Saved.
You!
So? Yeah, what does Infamous have to do in Game 2, guys?
Well, I don't know. You know what? They might have done something. They might not have won the game, but maybe one of them won the MVP.
Uh-oh!
Hex MVP goes to...
89%.
Schofield. See? One of them won the MVP.
Hello, Dolly.
What the hell?
The Earthspirit.
Did you do something wrong? I thought he played pretty well.
I thought he played pretty okay as well. I'm starting...
Well, so did Twitch chat. What's the problem?
Apparently,
yeah,
we can show you why he won MVP. What?
Let's take a look. Keep an eye on Schofield, baby boy. Here we go. Schofield.
Oh, yeah, of course. I saw this.
Yee! Nice job, baby. Hits that, Roshan. Watch this wind up and the pitch. It's out of there! Look at him go.
He gets the kill and the last hit. Gave Infamous a small fighting chance, or delayed the game a little bit, but that's all it did, really.
I think that Infamous have to put Tomato on a bit more of an active carry. The more, like, the way Tomato is playing right now is very slow, like incredibly slow. It's sort of like a sloth.
So yesterday we saw him on the Terrorblade and the Arc Warden.
I'm trying.
Can you use those examples? Because yesterday we saw them win with that. Tomato carried his team. And helped.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to give an analysis in Slacks. I need some sort of like blocker.
The way you said it is. You said he just goes. He's like a sloth. Right. And then you for so long.
You just stopped talking. Okay, reset.
That was my point.
Tomato is playing a carry, and he is playing too slow.
He's playing very passively. He's sitting in lane for quite some time. He's not really moving across the river. He could really use it, and it's partly because, again, he's from South America. As an American, I was all, of course, like Slacks. Told the story of George Washington crossing the Delaware on Christmas to surprise the British and help win us our independence. I think Tomato's got to be willing to do the same.
Holy
he needs
crap.
to play some sort of hero.
Don't loop me into this.
Aggressive.
Take and Slacks out of this. All right, come on.
You've looped me into far worse, Jake.
You looped me into this. Listen. You know what? We have a lot of different stories, but I tend, as an American, to remember the Alamo. What seems to be like a sure thing could be a surprising victory for the underdogs. Indeed. I believe that was
Who was the underdogs?
I don't know. I don't actually know that story. I just know to remember
The
it.
Alamo's really... I mean, look, it's a big thing in Texas. Let's move on.
Hey, here we go. What happened at the Alamo?
Everybody died.
Oh, good.
Wow.
I remember.
I think,
this is a family show.
That's where Dave Matthews went down.
Dave Matthews Band?
They were performing.
Satellite.
No, it's actually Davy Crockett, I think. One of
That's
those American
correct.
wilderness
Hey,
stars.
look, this looks familiar. Is that a Treant Phoenix Protector? You said in the last tournament they double opened with that and beat
did.
Secret. Here we go again.
And another Axe Morphling on the side of Infamous.
Don't like that much.
Not at all. I feel like this plays right into the Na'Vi hands. They're going to have superior team fight. And Infamous has proven they want to play for the mid to late game. That's how they beat Complexity in both their series. They had the Arc Warden game and the Terrorblade game. And those were games Complexity should have won if they had capitalized on their early lead, taken towers, and maybe had more of this mid-game peak type hero to build around, such as the Alchemist. I just don't think this plays into Infamous's draft, especially because they've yet to show that they can play Axe as a support.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused here. You don't typically have the same draw out after you lost a game like that. They're going to ban the Silencer on Na'Vi, which was kind of a standout player for Infamous last time. Put a little thing in their plans here, but Infamous has got to change it up. I mean, that wasn't even close. It's not like they can do that strat and, oh, this time we got it.
Yep.
Wasn't even close, baby.
You really want more Manta BKB heroes on Infamous, at least something that can buy a BKB, but I just hate core Axe against Tree Phoenix.
Oh,
they pick up the Centaur. I think this is one of the best openers I've seen at this event. These three heroes, they're so easy to build around. Any two cores can match this. You really just need a source of damage and preferably something to hit towers and carry Aegis. It's just very easy to build on.
No one's banning it out, too. I mean, it's, I don't know why Na'Vi, we were talking so much at the beginning about this great combo with Phoenix Treant and then, of course, Centaur. No one else has been playing this stuff, but I guess it was forgotten, and now it has been remembered.
Yeah, I think it's just because Chu loves Tree.
Yeah. Oh, he is real
Regular
good.
Johnny Appleseed. He is. He's very good.
Yeah. Johnny Appleseed. Do you think that actually happened, Sheaves?
Yeah.
I don't know that story.
Oh, yeah. She's from Europe.
I am from Europe.
Well, legend says that there was once a man in America called Johnny Appleseed, and he walked around just planting apple seeds, and that's why we have so many trees. That was his deal. He just walked around planting all day.
He's got a Wikipedia page. I'm pretty sure he
Oh, well, then he must be real.
Yeah.
So does Darth Vader, so that shit happened too, huh? Dumbass.
Darth Vader's listed as a fictional character.
No, he's not.
Also,
Hey, this looks familiar. However, Nyx Assassin does pick up the Infamous, which is, I mean, what?
Yeah, we have so far got the exact same draft coming out from Na'Vi, and Infamous already cannot have the same draft because Silencer is banned out. They did ban out the same heroes that did before.
It's just so curious to me that they ban...
That means Dazzle is still in the pool on the side of Infamous. They can go for that because that was the hero that was banned out previously. Lich actually was banned out previously.
I don't understand why they ban Necro and then pick more and have Morph and pick Nyx. And they also ban the PL and then go into a Brood, or a Brew rather. It doesn't really feel like Infamous was prepared for this, whereas Na'Vi obviously coming in with the exact same lineup. They know exactly what they're doing.
Well, at this time, surely Alchemist is going to get banned. You said Alchemist was the perfect pick previously. Is there any other hero that they can go for that can help them do the same job? Like, which hero instead of Alchemist would you get? Or do you think Infamous is going to be as bold as to say, you know what? You guys weren't the problem. We were our own problem. We have a different answer for your same strat.
I feel like TA could be scary.
TA was banned out previous games on the side of Infamous.
Exactly. It was their last ban the previous game, but it gave away the Alk. And I feel like you're caught between a rock and a hard place. But I think banning Alk and then picking a mid laner that can survive against the TA could be the way to go. I do believe this will be a Nyx and a Nax support.
And they ban out Lina.
Makes sense to me. Lina can run at him, pop Phoenix eggs, stun Void.
I just always feel like it comes down to which draft is easier to execute. And even though the Whisper Brew yesterday was excellent, it's just so hard and complicated for Infamous to win fights. And all Na'Vi needs to do is cast their ultimates.
I think a big part of the difference on Infamous lineup this time is the ability to control. Nyx Assassin is in some ways a silencer himself. He does what he did in the last game. He stops these combos from coming and rolling out of control. So you got Nyx there. You also got Brew. In the lineup, Navi's has to work together. If you can get a few picks, maybe 2 picks before the team fight, it is severely hampered. And that's what Brew's great at. He separates people. We've seen it so many times. So I think this is definitely a better draft, but I actually said they need the damage. Do you get one of the classic Terrorblade? Homie hasn't been banned out yet. Huh? Put someone else mid?
It's not bad, but you already have a Morphling. I think that's the Tomato hero.
Yeah,
you can't really run both. And that's part of the thing, is that Infamous, once again, has taken their win condition in the first 2, whereas Na'Vi saves it for last in both games. And it's a lot easier to have the superior game plan when you've got all the information before you make that decision.
Do you ban out TA or do you ban out Alchemist? That is the discussion that is going on the side of Infamous right now.
Who do you think they're going to ban Alk and pick TA?
Taking their time here. 30 more seconds of reserve time. Will they be able to select their last hero in time?
I don't think of it as 30 seconds anymore. I think of that as like 1.5 pieces of pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Don't say the P word right now. I'm not doing too good.
Need some Tums.
I'm about to have some Pizza Hut dinner, if you know what I mean. Ember Spirit!
And a ban of the Huskar.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, I think that's fine though, because you can hunt the Alchemist a bit more effectively with an Ember. I really like the Ember pick. It also denies TA. The lane can be very difficult, but Ember has a very easy time killing the hero. Root is also a very effective mechanism in a game like this because you're going to prevent the Void Leap. It's good against a hero like Centaur. The whole draft of Na'Vi can't really remove the Flame Guard right now, so you can play very aggressive, and if you start snowballing, Ember can just take over the game.
Okay. That is very heavily reliant on Ember Spirit having a great game.
Yeah.
Which hero could Na'Vi pick to make sure that Ember Spirit does not have a great game?
Zeus!
No.
Think about it,
Definitely
man.
not.
Come on, man. You burned down the...
Tinker could be scary, but they have a Nyx. So it kind of covers Ember's weaknesses, which is traditionally these high burst, nuking, int, ranged heroes in the mid lane.
Okay.
I really like that for Infamous, though, but they do have some damage problems. Brew and Morph aren't really high DPS until they hit level 15, 20, and Axe Nyx are more control than raw damage output. So.
True that. Well, Na'Vi's taking sweet time again, my friend.
They are.
Ooh, I've seen a lot of mid laners. Seen a lot of different ones. No Mankey King, right? That'd be dumb.
Yeah.
Although that ult with those other ults.
They could go for something basic like a DK.
Look at Clinks.
Lynx.
Fire
They
v
go for
fire.
Clinks?
Yeah, so that's a high burst, high damage agility hero that doesn't really mind playing against Nyx. It's quite good against Morph. You can juke all of his auto attacks. Should beat Ember in the laning phase, but it's one of those scenarios where if Ember gets a gank or an early kill, you can start dominating the Clinks by just playing more aggressive. I think it's going to be a skill-based matchup. Infamous a much better chance of winning this game than the previous one, but still definitely an uphill battle.
Who are the supports on the side of Infamous? Nyx Assassin and is it Axe or Brew?
I believe it'll be Axe. It could be Brew, actually. That's a good point. I'm not sure.
Who do you think is going to win game 2?
You know, I'm going to just go with Infamous because I think that Navi's a bit ambitious thinking they can win the same draft twice. I don't like the Clinks nearly as much as the Alk either.
I agree with you. I think Clinks could get jumped on easily with that axe, get Blade Mail, insta-kill himself, and with enough aggression, they'll be doing fine. However, I also think it's tricky for them to get rid of that egg. So I'm going to be going with Navi on this one.
Do I go for Analyst Kyle or Mr. Slacks? Who will I side with?
Like a sloth. Me. Me.
I'm going for that third game. Let's see if Infamous take this one.
Me.
What's going to happen in the second game?
Oh.
Only one way to find out. Owen and Fogg, take it away.
Come on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 and Na'Vi versus Infamous about to hit your screens, and we're going to see if Infamous can do it the second time round. Na'Vi, pretty similar draft to game 1 for the same heroes that we saw from the switch it up with the Clinks instead of the Alchemist this time. Infamous, a very different approach. Kyle, he liked it. Would you sort of agree this is a lot better looking for Infamous this time round?
Yeah, I want to see who's playing the Brew. I hope it's Whisper. Yay! Okay, good. Whisper was dominant on that Brew yesterday, so definitely a big fan of him seeing that one, playing that one. And they're going to be playing very unorthodox, though, on their support combo. I mean, you know, we've seen it more, of course, but Axe and Nyx, they pretty much have a... This is pretty much a 5 melee draft, almost on the side of Infamous. I know, yeah, more fling ranged hero, but you're short range, right?
Yeah, and that sort of draft can be punished by a Supernova, a Chrono, and an Overgrowth.
Yep, exactly. That's my biggest concern, is once push comes to shove inside of those like team fights, but they do have better... They covered their bases this time, though, right? Like, the Nyx pick I liked because they protected for that Ember Spirit last pick. You could see Na'Vi, they were kind of like, huh, what do we want to pick? Because all these int heroes just are not really the great option anymore. But Na'Vi, they've got their super comfort. They love their Tree Phoenix. They love Tree Phoenix and Void so much on this team. They pick it pretty much. If it's there, they'll probably pick it.
I mean, it looked very good last game.
Yep.
It looked very good last game.
It's cool. Like, Seneko, he seems to have, like, I know they have Mag now as their coach, but it seems like he has these, like, really set ideas on how he does want to approach games, where he's just like, okay, this is, like, what we're going to start out with, and then we're going to build the draft around it. So we saw them do this Beastmaster Dazzle at main cast. We saw them do the Undying Dark Willow kind of combo thing early on in this tournament, and now they're just doing the Tree Phoenix here consistently versus that Axe.
Oh, what we got? Seneko. Right. He wants that bounty. He'll grab it. We chase down a little bit.
There's a Boots Nyx on the chase, too. Seneko.
Oh, he's going to die.
He's probably dead here.
He can't get out. He's got a TP, but no chance with that stun available for Schofield. We'll just try and live as long as possible.
He's juking. He's juking. Oh, he's going to get hit this time. Schofield's not even going to stun him. He's saving it.
He doesn't need to.
Who's he going to give the last hit to?
Oh, is he giving it to
himself?
Oh, okay. It looked like he was sort of waiting there, allowing moves to get close. But yeah, Schofield was like, screw it, this is taking too long.
How many tangos did they use there? I think I saw Axe use 2 to cut trees, at least. So yeah, he used 2. And Nyx didn't have any tangos. But they get themselves that kill. Mid matchup, I think, like Kyle said, skill favored matchup. Clinks probably comes out ahead because you have that really low armor on the Ember, but there's no way for you to break the Flame Guard in the laning phase.
Now we'll see how well Magical can sort of zone. But Peter out of the first few waves.
And see how this top lane does. We saw Tomato get pushed back really hard from this combo last time, and this time he doesn't even have a ranged hero to support him to push them away. Axe, not really the greatest at pushing this off. And again, Na'Vi, they blocked the poke camp. So they actually have to play this lane straight up versus a Centaur and Tree. These two heroes have super high base damage, 68 on Centaur, 91 on Tree Protector.
And yeah, this is sort of as well the support acts in the safe lane, so you're not going to see him sort of making the creep cuts.
Yeah.
As we've seen, you know, how axes normally do get that crazy amount of early game boost in farm and XP. It's going to be a little tougher.
Bottom again, it's this, I mean, like we said, Infamous is drafted as like all melee heroes, so bottom as well, double melee. Phoenix going to be pretty happy about that one. They can mess with Crystallize's last hits though, with like some stuns and some Drunken Hazes constantly being thrown on him in lane. So you will see the Void's last hits impacted in that one.
Mid lane, not too, pretty close at the moment between the two.
Yep.
Which, you know, sort of you throw in a rotation, which could come out from heroes such as the Nyx Assassin or Axe diving people mid.
I definitely think they could try to make some kind of move like that, especially with the Nyx Assassin in particular. Like they get a stun, they're going to follow up with the chains, and the Flame Guard, it will not get burned. So the damage that comes through from that ability is very, very high in the early stages. Constant Drunken Haze on Crystallize.
And Blizzy does have the creep wave now by his tower, so should be able to get a good amount of farm, despite sort of the Axe's best efforts to harass him back with the Battle Hunger spam.
Tomato's getting good last hits too, and he actually whoa.
Tomato, he gets the kill. Blizzy must have been hanging around on too low HP as Tomato just zips in and takes him.
That's pretty huge for them in this top lane.
That shouldn't happen.
Low armor Centaur, but just overstepping his bounds a bit too much. Moose.
Oh, I mean, talk about overstepping. Moose. Okay. The crazy lane up top. Crazy things happening. Both sides throwing away kills mid lane. Magical trying to go head to head with Pepita. The chains aren't going to be there. Oh.
He's going to be okay. Oh, if those chains hit, he gets the kill. Just being a little bit impatient on it, being too close to that creep, but Schofield, he's coming in. Schofield.
Oh!
Two hits.
Oh, one more.
There's a fairy fire. He can't. There's a fairy fire.
Oh. Nearly brilliant.
Almost.
Almost brilliant there for Schofield, but not quite enough damage.
Nice. It's good that he clicked on him, though, right? I'm pretty sure Schofield clicked.
Right.
He saw the fairy fire.
He didn't commit because he knew you're right.
Yeah,
That
he
must
knew he
have
was
been
going to get turned on.
He checked the inventory. Smart.
Because he would have died if he committed forward for that. And Tomato's getting getting free farm up here after letting that kill top. I mean, Moo's going for that a little bit of change, right? He went for the call at level 2 rather than having the spin, and it must have caught him off guard in the top lane. Now he has the third point. He has that point in his spin. Stun. High damage onto Moose.
They should be able to burst Chu as they go in with the waveform. Stick charges there, but Chu will still fall. Tomato having a much nicer lane for him this time round. This game is getting a lot done as Schofield. Stun won't connect. Quick juke from the Centaur keeps him out of line of it.
It's going to get easier for Schofield to land those stuns versus Centaur in particular. When he gets like the return aura and there's a Carapace, he can do that Carapace into stun play easily. As bounty runes are out, it will be Navi getting 3, it looks like.
No, Tomato did have the mana to stick and dive for that, but wanted to play it safe. Didn't quite know where the tree was, so could get rooted under the tower. But still, this is going to be time where Blizzy's going to have to spend a moment away from that top lane. And more space for Tomato.
Yeah, so now in this game, he's not on recovery from the beginning of the game. He's having a great time. Mid matchup, Magical, very tanky. They're not quite level 6 on the Ember Spirit either. When Pepita has 6, they can set up those kills as well. It'll get easier for Schofield, like we were saying. There's lots of different ways for them to give that Nyx opportunities to go.
I mean, we'll see sort of, yeah, once they've got the 6 on Crystallize.
Oh, Pepita.
They start to do.
Very thankful he gets a rune. He's spending a lot of time just running out of the lane. He still has decent last hits, but look at that experience. He's level 5.5, and I believe this Clinks is getting close to 7.
Oh.
He's prioritizing like getting those runes in his bottle, but it's hurting him a bit on that experience. Just lucky that he's able to get at least a haste, one of the best runes in the early game on an Ember.
I mean, at the least, he knows that there isn't going to be any rotations with anyone that can just run in and stun him. You know, so he shouldn't be worried about dying before he gets the remnants online. There's no sort of catch.
All three cores farming well. Ooh, gets the catapult deny. Whisper has 11 denies. You have to imagine that a lot of those are those range creeps, as he's, you know, you can Drunken Haze and you can almost guarantee get those range creep denies. So he's very high level on this brew. He's gonna hit level 6 before Void. At this pace.
That's Pepito. We'll just pop the haste rune and not looking to do too much. Same time at the bottom.
Trying to punish him before he's 6.
Looking for those bashes. They've got him.
Is under attack.
Top lane. Quick stun on 2 of the moves and Schofield as he walks off, but 2 for 3.
Peter's still only level 5.
Yeah, he's getting totally zoned out from the creeps. Magical pretty much able to deny everything. Make sure he doesn't get that last bit of experience. Oh, he messed that deny it though. So one more and Pepito will finally hit the 6.
Feels much better though for Infamous this game, right? It's not like this looming Alchemist who's absolutely free farming. They're getting solid displays on their lanes.
Oh, Schofield doesn't want to go for that with the stun.
Whisper is 6.
Would rather find the Void. Now we'll go for the stun. But oh, that clap as well through the trees. That must have been just on the edge of the damage. But he gets it. Takes Seneko out the game. So Infamous, yeah, looking a million times better in this early game than they did game 1. A little bit lost, a little bit all over the place in that first match, but this time round they're playing the matchups really nicely. Tomato is, as we say, already at the top of the net worth on his Morphling, as he's been given that lane where he can succeed.
And they've got easier ways to start the fight in this game. It's not like they require a Blink Dagger like the last game where it's like, all right, we can't really make moves until Axe has Blink. This game, they have a Brewmaster. They have a Nyx Assassin who's going to have Vendetta at one point. So these heroes, yeah, you want to Blink early on the Brew, but you can just use your ult and run in.
Moves. Gets the cool onto Blizzy. Not quite enough damage to kill him off, though. Backups there from Chu. Throws down a Leech Seed.
Tomato's committing forward, though. He's
Can't.
not going to make it, though.
Yeah, Blizzy reading the movement as well. Smartly not going up sort of the ramp there. Otherwise, he could have been in range for Tomato to close the gap. Head straight over towards the mid, so no chance of being cut off by the 2 of Infamous.
Looks like Moose wanted Pepito to make the move over there because they had vision of him constantly moving there. But Pepito wanted to prioritize taking the lane. As now, since there's 6 on this, 7 even on this Brew, they want to try to make an invasion play, punish this Clinks, but Clinks, he's looking to make a move of his own. Seneko uses the dive aggressively, gets punished immediately.
Infamous. Really picking it up across the map. They do lose the Nyx Assassin to Magical, returning to the mid. Of course, while this all goes on, Crystallize is starting to get more open space on the bottom lane. This is a Tread Zakila, once again working for the Mask of Madness. We'll see how things go around the 10-minute rune spawn, see who's set up to grab the most.
And for those tomes to come into play and those ultis that we're talking about, the Vendetta in particular, for Infamous.
That's Magical making the move to invade the upper room, but can't quite get there in time.
One stun, and he can definitely burst Pepito in the strafe.
Oh,
that's incredibly close.
Well, that was, with that change, I mean, he was always going to have it, but yeah, if he let one more hit sort of fly through and follow him through the remnant, he could have died. But as it is, Pepito able to jump back to safety.
Goes for the treads, knows he's going to be early battling. Morphling wants to farm more, even though Tomato's having a great start. That's just the nature of the hero. You want to get that initial first item before you try fighting, be it Dragonlance, Morbid Mask, or... And Blizzy's been slowed down a lot. Still only level 5 on Centaur, getting bullied out of the lane, dying once. So we've got this Vendetta, stalking the Clinks' movements. He's got the dust as well as the sentry too. They know he's here. They pop the dust.
Schofield, he's looking for the setup. He's playing around with the stun. Chains won't connect though. They get the 2 creeps instead, so there's not the catch they need. Crystallize jumps forward, but does not commit the chrono before the primal split comes out.
They're killing the Fire Panda though. The damage from Whisper is going to be totally limited. And it's just a brew split that kind of gets
okay.
kind of gets wasted. Crystallize holding the chrono and baits out a split.
It sort of works out in that sense. They may have just been able to straight up kill him if he did chrono directly. But at the least, yeah, it doesn't matter that they were a little late. There's now no threat. The primal split for a good amount of time.
Killing that brew is pretty hard. He's what, 1500 HP? He's so tanky. He goes for the Soul Ring build almost every time. And
oh no. Oh, crystallize.
Time for no one.
Always a tricky one to get that Ember Spirit. If you do it when he sees you, he's always going to Remnant. As long as he's got a Remnant out, he's going to escape every time during that chrono cast animation.
Schofield will drop. Crystallize gets the last hit. Whisper gets himself a kill though, and now Tomato's looking to get involved as well. Stampede will protect you. Look at this Morphling's farm though, Tomato.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He is having a phenomenal start to this game. 2 kills. And now in position to push the enemy safe lane tier 1 tower.
He's going to be a little bit squishier and even closer range because he's doing he's not going for the Dragonlance build, but I think going for the Rush Manta in this game is also very appropriate. He's versus Treant, he's versus Phoenix. He needs some type of way to be able to remove those Fire Spirits, remove Spirit Vessels, be it when it comes. And look at this, pressuring that tower super early on. Good move by Infamous.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Let's see what they can do mid. There's a wraparound coming in. They can get a chains or a call to start things off. They do use both at the same time. So it does mean Blizzy still gets a chance. So Houston doesn't matter. A clap and a crit comes through from Whisper. As Infamous just making moves up and down the map. Na'Vi, they'll find the space for Magical and Crystallize to team up top and take a tower. But this game, you know, you sort of turn up to a second game in a row with the same draft. Your opponents are going to have a different answer. And Infamous have this game, and it's certainly working out a hell of a lot stronger. As we can certainly, you know, we already know that this is going to be a game where we're going to feel much more impact from Pepita on the Ember compared to the Brood in game 1.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And Tomato's actually going to be able to be involved as this hero. Whisper, he's going to have a good timing on that Blink Dagger too. It's just about the team fights. His rating actually just gets killed.
Say goodbye to the Mask of Madness then for a few minutes. No Mask of Madness on Crystallize. It's going to be frustrating. That extra bit of attack speed certainly needed to find these early chrono kills. That's mid lane.
Chains on Blizzy.
They're setting up. They go in with the chains. Blizzy tries for the Houston. They do get the Supernova, and there's the combo. The Supernova and Chronosphere down behind the tower means that both Ember and Brew are dead. As just as things were looking to run really smoothly this game for Infamous, they go and dive and lose both cores behind that tower, not thinking about that potential combo that was going to come in.
So we were saying, right, you have to watch out for the team fight of Na'Vis. Sure, you've got your own Brew and team fight, but...
In lane. Tomato was trying to get Seneko, doesn't quite manage to get him. Schofield does fall. As not just the 2 cores, but a 3rd kill for Na'Vi as they strike back hard.
Na'Vis has to play a little bit of a slower paced game, at least with 4 of their heroes. The Clinks can run around and constantly be hunting, but besides that, they're pretty cooldown reliant on their other heroes. Just Whisper. Giving him the right clicks.
Should be able to find Chu, I think. Yeah, especially with the change from Pepita coming in. And Tomato, he's there for the KS. Gets himself that extra bit of gold, keeps him at the top. Whisper, 1800 gold towards the Blink Dagger, so nearly done on the Brewmaster. Situation, as we can see, of course, for the support axe, it's going to take a bit longer.
He wants to try to find Seneko here. Schofield
might
got
be able to get it. Just the Vendetta hits enough. That's enough damage. Easy kill for Schofield.
You see what Moose is placing these deep wards? I think these are courier sniping wards for an axe. If you're a 5-position axe, right? If you just dunk some couriers in the early game,
why not?
You can keep slowing down that pace. And Navi's pace, like I said, it's slow. They are pretty cooldown reliant until they have that center blink. They do.
He sets up the 2-man Hoofstone. That's enough time for the damage to come out from Magical to take down Pepita. That one stun was all that was needed. I mean, that was him only with a Blade of Alacrity and a Blightstone as well. Imagine once he has the Diffusal.
He's got
this Ember. This Ember's just going to melt if he gets caught out by a stun.
Yep. And he can get set up. The thing is, too, that's scary about the Diffusal Blade is, and as an Ember, if you don't have a defensive Remnant down, you're getting solo killed by Clank.
Oh, yeah, you can't throw one out during.
Yep.
It's far too slow.
Pepita gonna have to be careful now that there is a Blink Dagger on Navi's side on that Centaur.
They can kill that Ember so easy, as we just saw.
Now they can play a little bit more fast-paced than waiting and relying on all those cooldowns.
That's Pepita. Not opting for sort of an early defensive item like the yours. Just want to get that straight-up Maelstrom for the fights.
Yep.
Which, you know, as long as they're not the ones being jumped on, will be perfect for. Getting that extra bit of damage out. Sort of the time where Tomato's still building up his own armory.
They've got good vision, like we were mentioning. Infamous is prepared. They're looking to try to hunt Crystallize here. There is backup, though, behind him.
And Crystallize has got a Chrono.
Too scary to make deep dives forward here. And Pepito, as we see, he is putting down that defensive remnant every single time that we've seen so far. Has to be extremely careful. It's Chu on the prowl.
Schofield. No chance here. The Diffusal Blade is just too much damage. You can just wait out the Spike Carapace, come back in with the rest of the remaining output.
It's pretty... Actually, looking at it, it's a really good thing that he does have the Soul Ring as well in the Brew, right? Because if the Diffusal Blades do come in, he can just get his mana burn. And then he might not be able to use the split off in some of these fights because of how fast Clinks does attack with it.
Absolutely. I do, you know, there was sort of a period where we saw a lot of variation in how Clinks were built at the start, but I think, you know, Diffusal Blade in the majority of situations is just such a value item on this hero early on. Just because of how high your attack speed is, you know, you can really make the most out of that early game mana burn. You just are hitting them so many times.
Yep, early game mana burn. It's one of the higher damage items as well for Agi heroes. Gives you solo kill potential.
Nice, really nice.
Yep.
And something that maybe sort of a lot of old school players aren't used to buying, because, you know, in your mind, there was such, many years of where you would never build Diffusal and stack orbs. But nowadays, it's all good.
Yep, nowadays it's all good. It's not like you have 8 charges Diffusal anymore either.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be. How long ago was that?
That was last year, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Actually, probably longer than last year. Maybe that was like 2 years ago.
Oh, they get the damage enough. One stun, they can still burst Whisper.
It's the you know, the Who Stomp stun is you know, one of the... Well, how long is the Who Stomp stun? It's a pretty damn long stun, isn't it? Yeah, 2.75 seconds.
And the talent, when you get it, I mean, that's way later, but the talent at 25 is absurd. It's a 4.25 second AoE stun.
I mean, that, you know, this is one of just the most reliable, solid stuns in the game.
It became
for what it does, yeah.
When all the other stuns started getting nerfed, his became just better and better. Like, I know, like, Suns fan, you know, Shannon was always like, Centaur sucks because of the animation, but as we see all these other get nerfed, his became better and better because it's reliable. Because
that is true. You know, the animation, it isn't great. You know, there's a bit of delay. You can react to it if you've got a remnant out or such, if you're quick. But I mean, you do have to be very quick. You do. Know? Still dodging a Blink Who Stomp is, you know, that's a top tier play.
Tomato's got to be careful not to be too low down morphed versus this Chronosphere. We see the Shadow Blade is picked up by Crystallize. He's hunting.
Oh, he is. And he may just find him.
Uh-oh.
He's got a bit of strength.
He's got okay, he morphed up. Whew. I didn't see him actually do it.
I mean, he had 1400. I feel like if you're feeling lucky with the RNG, you could probably still attempt that with the Mask of Madness Shadow Blade.
That's because you're crazy.
Yeah. Bottom, they lose the Centaur. I mean, 1400.
He's got so much armor, Owen.
You try for it.
You try for the bash RNG.
Yeah, you get like 5 bashes and you're good.
If he does get a lot of bashes, that is, I mean, sure. Yeah. Still a risky play. Doesn't want to waste his Chrono and not get the kill. 10 to 10. Still a very, very close game. Whisper.
Where's your mana, mate?
He's got Soul Ring.
Where's your mana, bro?
He can't use it, though, because he'll die. This Diffusal doing work.
I mean, that is true. We didn't, Soul Ring is great against the Diffusal, but because of how fast he's attacking, if you're already low health, you can't.
You might have to like Soul Ring and hope that you get it in between the attacks in midair.
I mean, I don't know.
But it's very hopeful.
Has he got a wand as well, the Brew?
He had one last time.
Okay, because the wand, you know, that's the way you get it. That's the way you get the ult off. But other than that, yeah, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, he's only got a stick at the moment.
Only a stick. I confuse even the names of them because I never upgrade my stick.
Really? Yeah. Well, I guess on the heroes you play, don't really want to upgrade your stick anyway.
Now they've got the Spirit Vessel finished, so I think Morphling has Manta already. He does have the Manta, so he doesn't have to worry that much about it, but there's a lot of things he has to worry about removing. Fire Spirits, Overgrowth. There's Na'Vi. They've got every ult available, so they can take this fight if Infamous does choose to come toward them, and Infamous does not even know.
They're not going to head over.
Nope.
So a free Roche and Aegis.
How's Moose's Blink Dagger doing on Axe? He's getting
close.
He's
very close.
So
actually,
they're going to have more ways to actually initiate the fight, because the Nyx seeking Vendetta in the back, Brew can try to get the split, but it's seeming to be a bit difficult for Whisper in this game, as the Clinks is a definite problem.
It will be an Axe with Blink and no Vanguard, though, of course, being the support, so he could still just jump in and get melted, but sometimes just that little quick disable is enough for the rest of the team to do the work.
Yeah, it's his job to just... Yeah. His job to kind of die, but just get the grab on multiple heroes for his team to follow up.
There's Magical leading the way. Out hunting, they'll get the tower denied. Sudeiko's still able to keep that wave pushed in up top against the tier 2. Schofield's heading up to scout out what's going on up here. Ooh. Back towards the mid. Magical will be fine. They used the Stampede to get him out. Did try and make a go onto Moose. Moose doesn't fall top lane. Stuns there from Schofield. In position to put the TP to an end from Sudeiko. Spike Carapace as well, holding him back post dive. They're trying to chase. They do have Brew coming across as well.
They should get Sudeiko here.
Yeah, we'll just do his best to make them work for it, but they've already found him. Stun and a clap. Sudeiko is gone. Mid lane.
Oh, he didn't get the shift, and he even was Spirit Vesseled anyway. Probably would get dropped.
Oh, and in fact, Magical. He's going to find more moves. He's gone. Na'Vi may have lost Sudeiko, but Infamous's attention was punished elsewhere. Mid lane, they make a play. Na'Vi getting a big kill onto Tomato. Still holding onto the top spot this game in farm. And Crystallize actually just jumping in for more. They've got the Who Stump onto Pepita. Crystallize knows that he's a hard target. He's likely got a Remnant. And they will not try and push for any more, Na'Vi. They'll be happy with that Morphling kill and content in just chilling with Crystallize, making sure he's got the BKB before he goes again, which he's just 400 gold away from that.
So the smart thing about always pushing out your side lanes with your support heroes is you force movement. And when you force movement, you're going to find pickoffs, just the way that Na'Vi did right now. Infamous, they're not really able to push out the lanes in the same fashion as Na'Vi, because they're a bit afraid, right? Every single time they do try to set up for pushing out those side lanes, it's very likely they'll die. The only ones who really can push out in an easier manner is the Ember and the Morphling, but they have to watch out for a Crystallized Shadowblade. Because Schofield and the Axe, they're both just been hunting. These heroes don't really push out lanes nearly as well as a Phoenix does. Sudeiko immediately goes bottom, starts pushing out that way for his team. And Infamous, they're trying to find some pickoff, but it is an Aegis on Void. Oh, they don't even get him. They don't do the stun, Schofield.
They don't even get the Aegis. And now Crystallize, he's charging straight back in at them. The chains will hold him out. Primal Split being used as well, but again, he can just time walk. This is a lot of effort and focus from Infamous that amounts to absolutely nothing at all.
Uh-oh, and they're gonna try to chase for this here, Chu. There's no sentry wards on him.
And Crystallize, he is watching the Brew, but the Brew just got the blink out in time. Mid lane, Schofield, Spike Carapace, and a stun. Make sure the Magical can't chase and commit for the kill onto the Nyx Assassin. Pepita continue to tickle around with Crystallize. Stop him from being able to join the rest of the team and Na'Vi in that chase for the Nyx Assassin. I mean, yeah, Infamous, sure, they don't lose any lives there, but you're committing with the split. You're not getting the Aegis, and that was certainly a situation where, yeah, you're at least killing that man once. As top, Schofield will continue to be chased by Magical, and will die. Another kill for the Clinks as Magical sits 7 kills, 0 deaths, 0 assists as well this game. Been having a very clean-cut performance on the Clinks.
Not dying once is super important. The Clinks is a very momentum-based hero, and he was in a position where the Ember could have maybe killed him, right? With the slight and the chains missing a couple times. They missed a few setups that could have been crucial for them to slow down this Clinks, but now Clinks has BKB. He is so tanky. He's got so many ways to avoid the little disable that Infamous really does have.
Oh yeah, he BKBs and locks on a target, he'll get the kill. Tomato's the hardest one if he's able to shift.
Yep.
But that's when you're sort of looking at the rest of your team to come into play. Overgrowth, Kronos, Who Stomps, catching out Tomato. And you can really go for the opportunity.
Yep, they got a second BKB now too.
Oh.
See?
Jump from Moose. Does get the call onto the click. Crystallize. Oh, he's found Tomato, and Tomato's not shifting. He's not shifting. He gets the Manta off though. Oh, Tomato will survive.
Oh, that's so close.
Oh, he nearly died there, Pepita. He's got a Remnant out. So this time it's Na'Vi's turn for the ults to not really set up anything at all as they do not get those kills. And now, wow, they want to fight into this. The egg
combo.
is in a pretty perfect position, though. They can't take it down. Tomato's got to back off. They've lost moves. The Supernova Stone connects onto Tomato. They're focusing down this Morphling as he's getting bashed up, held in place as they've lost Tomato, dead for 50 seconds. Whisper's trying to fight back with the Primal Split, but they've got their eyes on the Maul as Na'Vi surrounds the Primal Split, but he still gets the blink off. Crystallize looking for the chase down. They have the vision. Jump in from Blizzy with the double edge, and Na'Vi will claim both cores. Whisper and Tomato dead.
Again, there's too much they have to worry about inside of these fights.
So much team fights. All of these ults, it doesn't matter if they're not up at the same time, because one well-placed Supernova, as we saw, can just throw everything into disarray for Infamous.
Yep. And it's like the Morphling has the Manta style, so he removes the root, but then he gets Spirit Vesseled immediately afterwards, and even if he gets Attribute Shift off, he gets killed so easily by the side of Na'Vi with all their raw damage. Nice tier 3.
Maybe more if Na'Vi want to stick around now. They play it safe. Gonna for the shrines, just keep that net worth advantage, work on the next items. New level 15 on Seneko, and a big jump up in net worth and experience after that last fight.
Schofield on the prowl again. He's got a gem.
They do find the trio. Oh, good chew on the way out.
They're trying to get some map control back. That's why they have this gem on the Nyx. Just has, if this Nyx dies with this gem, it could cause enormous problems for Infamous, just unable to really move out on the map, because then you're always at risk of getting stalked by this tree and risk of getting stalked by Crystallize with that Shadow Blade, or even the Clinks. There's so many different ways that Na'Vi has to be sneaking around looking for pickoffs, and I do see the Ember Spirit. He's queued up his Eul Scepter. I actually think it's pretty important now that I'm realizing a couple times versus the Void. Time dilation ruins Ember. You actually just can't do much inside of the fights. Like you use your chains and your sleight once, and then he just time dilates you, and you're standing still. Like, wow, my hero is not the same as it usually is.
Yeah, he's got to get that Eul's done. Then he's got a chance against it.
Yeah. It's like usually versus these like trees and Phoenix, you want BKBs and Mantas, but as an Ember, usually not the best option. But Tomato, he is going to be closing in on that BKB relatively soon on top of that Manta.
I mean, Tomato has to be, if Blizzy gets a Who Stomp,
they
have the damage.
I mean, Navi's absolutely ready to fight.
If they get a Who Stomp, he may just die. He started to shift. It might actually matter. Look at this damage that comes out. At the same time, a Chrono will be popped on the back lines, buying time for the Supernova to go up. Getting the stun onto the Axe. Pepita tries to Remnant away, but he's moving too slow. Another Remnant comes out. It will be enough for the Arcane Rune to keep him safe. They're focusing the Phoenix with the Primal Split. Seneko still alive for now. Can he get himself back to safety? He can't. They'll lose the Phoenix. As Infamous do get the trade, blink out from Whisper's successful, but Na'Vi, they're hot on his heels as they chase into the pit with both Magical and Crystallized. Whisper trying for the juice. Tomato, he's actually come back in. He waveformed into this. The Who Stomp's there. He's trying to shift into strength. Tomato looking to punch back, but he's now out of mana, and Tomato just threw away his life. Zipping into the pit like that, entirely unnecessary from Tomato, but he commits and gives up his life.
He thought they could get some kills out of that from them chasing Whisper. I mean, Whisper survives with some very cute footwork, but yeah, losing their Morphling down, we're seeing over and over again. He just gets Spirit Vesseled, and then that high burst damage from the Clinks, it's too much. And the team fight, Na'Vi just having so much overwhelming fight, time and time again.
And they found another Schofield. Just get the stun onto the Clinks, and actually might save him. Nice read there, realizing the Clinks would be in position on the high ground, throwing the Impale up that way. Okay, keeps them safe.
And this game for Whisper, it's not a game where he has the option of being able to try to go for like the Radiance that he did when he crushed yesterday. He's going for the Crimson. So they have high physical damage. He's going to be able to block like that. But we see them with the Bruce Split goes, and they just kind of ignore it. They're focusing the Fire Spirit. They kill it very quickly, and then there's no damage coming out on the side of Infamous because they just get so controlled. 9K gold lead. Na'Vi finishing off top shrine, and they're looking to fight. They only don't have Chrono up and immediately jump on Pepita.
Oh, they get the call though. The call is there. Supernova will be popped down, so already Infamous on the retreat. Crystallize is going to look for the chase onto Moose. Does catch him with the bash. Moose will die.
Looking ever so difficult for Infamous. They still have this farmed Morphling, but he just has such a hard game for himself. him versus the world. Chris Magical is almost approaching his next big item too. Then they won't even have to worry about, I mean, Drunken Haze, which wasn't really an issue, but Drunken Brawler. Such high damage going to be coming out from this Clinks at such an early time.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Yeah, Whisper's just going full defensively, trying to protect his team.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Na'Vi. Waiting patiently, claiming that map control, waiting for that Rosh to spawn.
There's no real rush for Na'Vi now with this lead that they have.
Nope. They've got even a Midas on Seneko. We saw that he purchased way earlier, and they're just putting down these wards to prepare. Put the wards so they can start to get ready to see if Infamous does want to contest for that Rosh. Did they do that? Is that the high ground ward on the right there? Did they cut the tree? Yeah, so they cut the tree, and this is a ward that very rarely gets countered, and it gives you really good information if someone's trying to go in to contest the Roshan. We see that one a lot more often now, but it is a very clever spot.
They do now have that sort of more solid answer for the Spirit Vessel, Tomato. Sure, he's got the Manta before, but now he's got both that and the BKB.
Yep.
So many ways to make sure that he is sort of, you know, isn't unable to play his hero in these fights.
Just has to make sure. Don't use the BKB before Overgrowth. Most important thing. Have to just Manta the Overgrowth and then be sure to save BKB for those Vessels, for the Phoenix Spirits. And they're all kind of playing around him. They're just making sure it's all on, it's so much on Tomato now because they know Pepita's been shut down a lot, so they're sitting behind him, trying to make sure they can set up. There's
a lot of money on Magical as well.
Yeah, he had the MKB ready, but is he changing it?
Oh, he's holding on to about 5.5k gold.
No, I don't think he does have the Hex also queued up. That was the other one that's the usual.
Which way is he going to go?
On the Clink.
Which way would be better to go? The Hex. He goes the Hex way. I like that. He doesn't
consistent control.
He doesn't need more damage, and with a Hex, he can get like a kill like this. Surely Hex would defuse when this guy's dead.
If he sees him, Pepita's playing it safe.
Oh, there
found him.
There you go. Wouldn't have happened with an MKB, but with a Hex and defusal, it certainly does. I mean, this is so terrifying for anyone that goes out. I mean, even with what the Manta and the BKB, but there's no Lincoln sort of thrown into there. So this Hex pickup from Magical is just going to be deadly against anyone on Infamous.
Moose jumping forward to try to set up, but he's just going to pay with his... That was... What's your chat, Will? That was questionable at best, right?
Questionable at the best.
Yeah.
Whereas now Na'Vi. 2 kills and...
40 seconds, no
ready to push. They've got the full ults online, the full combo.
They want to get the instant jump, too. They even smoke to try to emphasize. Schofield will cut the creep, but there's a range creep. The hero range creep. They're going to try keeping it alive. They glyph as well. Keep the range creep alive.
There we go. It'll be alive long enough to at least get this mid-melee racks.
Yeah, the creeps came back anyway.
That's all they needed. And then they'll stick around for more 10 seconds without the Axe's initiation. As Infamous, they're in a tough spot. This all-important game for them could be the end of their road here at the Minor as Na'Vi.
Navi's playing extremely disciplined. I've been very impressed with them at this tournament. Like, their coordination's been on point. Their drafts, for the most part, have been pretty damn solid. Yeah, they've come in with game plans every single time that I've seen them playing here before the matches start. As a Rosh will look to be secured. Infamous wants to try to contest this. Uh-oh, the stun connects. Whisper.
Yeah, Whisper. He can't get into the pit because of that. He's held outside. They do try and jump in, but the Hex is there straight away onto Pepita. He tried to go for the big play. Crystallized Chronos, nobody apart from his own teammate. See if that matters. It actually does get Seneko killed. Because he was in the Chrono, he couldn't pop the egg. Na'Vi, they've lost 2. Crystallized and Magical still looking to fight strong, looking towards Tomato. Juking it out, turning around towards Crystallized. He gets Crystallized as well. Chu, he's trapped in the pit. Chu's gonna die too.
Tomato?
It's an ultra kill. They're gonna be able to kill this Magical as well. They've taken the Aegis. They're setting up to kill him again. Give that man the rampage. Oh,
and he gets it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, I don't know how much Crystallize is going to be sweating right now, but I can guarantee we're going to get a few buckets out of there. Him chronoing the Phoenix, meaning the Seneko could not supernova or offer anything to really disrupt that flow of the fight, meant that Infamous, they got away with a free team fight, a free team wipe, and a free rampage for Tomato. One of the most painful, potentially game-losing chronos we've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
He has a full Scotty now.
Oh, but I mean, to be fair, if I was Crystallized, that's on the Phoenix for being in the wrong place. You know? I'm blaming the Phoenix.
Get out of here, Owen.
As a Void player, don't stand in my chronos, mate.
Oh, my God.
no.
Let's see it again.
Oh.
Pepita distracts him, dies immediately. Crystallized
Who was he trying to get? I mean, he nearly got free. Look at this. But he wasn't quite close enough.
Oh,
and then Seneko just getting focused. You know, Tomato zips down. Smart move from Tomato. Knows that if he gets down there, he's going to have the time to kill off the Phoenix. And sort of with the Phoenix gone, you know, it may just be a support Phoenix, but the Supernova makes all the difference against these BKBs. There's no Supernova to offer. And then Na'Vi, you can sort of, you can feel it. As soon as that whiff chrono comes out, they just lose all morale and sort of all sense of focus in that team fight. They fall apart.
Yeah. He even used the BKB and then got rooted, but I think Whisper dispelled it with the Spirit Storm Paranoid. But Seneko?
And Whisper.
He should be okay. It's a tanky Phoenix.
I mean, Whisper's going for it. Is he all right?
Is he okay?
I don't think he is.
Whisper. Wow, Whisper.
What the hell? And he's out.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
But he got Seneko.
I mean, that's no Phoenix for 90 seconds, so it's unlikely that Na'Vi are going to look to push without Seneko.
I can't believe he actually killed him there. That was damn impressive.
Oh my goodness. Infamous could just be back in the game.
It's a level 22 Brewmaster. I didn't even realize how high level he got after that last fight. I mean, everyone just got catapulted forward from getting a rampage. Look at the drop.
Oh. Oh no. Bottom Blizzy. We find Moose. Crystallize in as well. As Moose tries best juke around the trees. Will not get out there. Crystallize closed the gap at the time warp. I mean, Na'Vi, of course, in the longer scheme, the grand scheme of things, they are still in the better position as a team. Tomato is an absolute threat, though. And they do, you know, if they don't mess up the combos, mess up the chrono, they'll be fine in a team fight.
They should be fine, yeah. He still is. He's a lot tankier now, though, with that raw HP that he gets. And he has a cool comp, like we've seen it time and time again. Turns into clicks, gets the strafe, so his damage is super high on Morphling. Young Tomato.
He's carried his team before as a Morph. He could certainly do it again. He could certainly do it.
What's his score, actually, on this game? I mean, are those 5
What's
kills?
KDA?
Yeah, it's KDA in this one.
Let's check it out. What we've got in the Morph.
8-3-0.
This is not really, not a crazy KDA. I mean,
pretty good for like the pressure that they were under.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty. You know, he's done his job. He's been farming. He's only been involved in 8 kills of the 19.
Oh, Schofield. He's tanky. Oh, not tanky enough.
No, dies during the Hex. I mean, once you had the MKB and the Hex on Magical's.
That was the gem too, I think.
Was it? Oh, it was. Wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
It was their gem. That's pretty costly to lose that. He has the health town, of course, so that's what makes him that much tankier, but yeah. Now they lost a gem. So map control is still there for Na'Vi as they're looking to claim some bounties. And our Brew, he keeps buying the tome. I think that's the second or third one I've seen him purchase for himself this game. Wanting to get to that level 25 ASAP so he can constantly have his Brew split.
Oh, Magical. Okay. Just a quick poke at the tower, despite the fact that he still had the back door on. Just wanting to let Infamous know that he's here.
Na'Vi Smoke wanting to try to jump something here, but their lanes are gonna be pushed a little bit out. Bounty runes are waiting too. Bulldog, if he's here right now, he'd be real sad. 2 bounties, 39 seconds, and they see it. They see one. They're gonna go claim them though. And we do have that 40-minute mark kicking in too, so map control, as we always say, gets more important for those double runes.
Illusion.
What creep does... I saw Seneko went for the Dominator. What creep does he have following around the... Just a hill troll.
Yeah, for that.
For that, nothing.
25 right click, mate. Wait, what's he got a hill troll?
I don't know. He had a he had a purge creep for a while running around, but now he's got a hill troll. Oh, the chrono. Gets him. Doesn't even need the head follow-up.
Yeah, Pepita doesn't have buyback. I don't know how much that matters, though, because Pepita, no offense to him, but in this game, he doesn't really offer much at this stage. He's just an Ember with Yules and Maelstrom.
No offense to him.
Like, well, you know what I mean?
I know.
He is pretty underfarmed. Yeah. Like, this Ember Spirit is not scary. So, Infamous can still definitely defend without it. So we'll see their best attempts. Oh, they need Whisper, though. Whisper's been hexed. They'll try and force him away. Oh, he's dead, though. He's got buyback. Buys back immediately. They get the overgrowth onto Tomato, but Tomato with the BKB focuses and takes down the Supernova. Jump forward from Moose, gets the call onto 2. Tomato! He's carrying them hard. Can he carry them hard enough, though? There's a jump, they get the stun. Tomato's in trouble, he's dead. But he has buyback himself. So get back in, still with the primal split going. They're playing around with Na'Vi. See if they can catch another. They're chasing down Blizzy. Blizzy's got the living armor, but the stun connects. In they go. Call from Moose. Tomato's in with the damage. Blizzy will fall. They had to buy back on 2 cores, Infamous, but they do hold that top lane, forcing Na'Vi to retreat.
Costly buybacks, though, for sure. Brewmaster was forced to, so was Tomato, so they can hold them back. And Na'Vi, they disengage pretty nicely. They don't lose their big core heroes, the Void or that Clinks, during that chase.
Oh, and they make them fortify as well.
Yep.
Magical with that bit of a ramp pressure.
They did recover a gem, though, at least. I saw Schofield, he bought one before the fight, too.
I mean, this Morphos with Tomato really is playing it perfectly. The way that he takes these fights, you know, just locking down onto the egg.
He has the tools, right? Like, if he's not Chronosphered, he should be able to get the hits off onto the egg, because he has the BKB Manta, so he can remove all those disables that we talked about.
As you say, without the buyback, it's a whole lot harder for him to do those sort of plays, because if he does get chronoed, he's not going to have that second chance. It's magical.
He just finished up his MKB. Doesn't have... Has to be careful here.
Choosing with the backup, he can turn. The self-fuels will buy some time for the Ember. The stun is there from Schofield, but the heal from the Sunray, it's not enough.
Dead.
They've lost the Clinks. Supernova is not going to save. Oh, but the chrono. That's the kind of chrono that Na'Vi was looking for from Crystallize. Perfect setup to allow the Supernova to come off.
Oh, no.
That was exactly what they needed, because that may have just done it and allowed Na'Vi to close up the game, because with Tomato dead for 100 seconds, that is a huge amount of firepower from Infamous lost.
The perma bash is coming through. Also, Tomato was morphing Agi during it.
No. That was a big old redeemed if I ever did see one from Crystal.
Yeah, definitely.
You bring the chronos like that, the teammates are totally forgetting about earlier.
That's where Seneko goes, all right,
yeah,
you're okay. You're okay for this.
Yeah, we'll keep you on the team for another season.
Whisper.
Standing up, looking for Whisper. Whisper does have the primal if he feels too threatened. Will turn, try and get as much right clicks out as he can before. He's going to buy time for the buyback to come out from Schofield, and now with the split, they're going to look to chase. Stuns out onto Blizzy. Blizzy being focused. Fire Spirit's being sent down to help him out, but he gets called, dragged back up to the high ground. Still has a stampede. The disables there, though, from Whisper on the primal split. He actually gets forced up. Blizzy, with the Sunray and the Living Army, is actually going to survive that onslaught, but instead, Crystallize, he jumped in, and oh my goodness, he's back off the squad. Blizzy's dead as well. Crystallize.
Chu tipped him. His teammate tipped him.
Oh my goodness, just as he redeems himself, he goes and dies like this, and that's going to mean there's time for Tomato to come back into the game. And this game ain't over, folks. This one's still going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this beauty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Tomato even BKBs. Pepita's like, oh God, get me the hell out of there.
See, this is, we're also seeing the exact discussion that's going out in Na'Vi at the moment. You know, Crystallize like, guys, remember when I did that chrono? Yeah, thank you. Before you start flaming me. There's all... Crystallize does have buyback.
He does.
He does have buyback.
Has to be careful when his BKB...
I mean,
his BKB was
up.
down to like 2 seconds.
If when Tomato's back up, they go straight to the Roche, Infamous have a very good shot at taking that Roche down before Na'Vi's back in the game.
Still a little bit of a threat, right?
But they take it so
quickly. But they do kill
quickly
it very quick,
with the morphling, and they can, you know, they could sort of... Like, they could definitely go for it with the Brew and the Morph, but they'd have to go there straight away, and it looks like they're making a bit of a slow movement towards it, and Snake was scouting out top, Schofield. Oh, BKB popped by Magical. He's not messing around. Season Axe next to him cannot risk being disabled. So pots the BKB, turns to him with a Hex and gets the kill.
And that's 90 seconds, no Axe. They need every single tool as possible.
Yeah, now they
can't
definitely can't do Rush. No, not without the full 5-man. Giving away an Axe kill as such. Papito's got the E on this, so again, just building to survive on this Ember. Relying on really Whisper and Tomato to do all the work in the team fights as the magical level 25 being hit by Whisper now. He's got that reduced cooldown on the primal split.
Aghanim's on Blizzy too now to protect his teammates. Could see that Dispel creep come into play now. I think Seneko does have it, following him around, or he did before, wherever it is. So he's going to be scouting stuff, but he can also Dispel Aeon Disc with that creep. It's going to be really, really difficult.
That is true.
He could do so. Clink's also, lots of 25s coming into play. So backtrack, strafe duration. Na'Vi getting that much more potent.
Yeah, Na'Vi can go for this one with ease.
Yeah, and then this is the third Roche. So we were talking about them having overbearing team fight, throwing a refresher shard. Now they've got so many ways to protect that egg. Blizzy gets the jump forward, Pepita.
Oh, he tried to go in for the jump, but the Who Stomp was there. Oh! It does get out.
Aeon Disc, yep, saving him. Doesn't dispel the Hex, but he has time to get out. Blizzy even force-staffed Pepita in.
He did, he stomped and yeah, it was a nice play from Blizzy. Yeah, but yeah, not quite enough follow-up to keep that Ember Spirit held down.
So give it to the Phoenix.
Yeah. Make sure he's going to have that Supernova for the push, because he did use it by that Roche pit. They still have the Chrono. Stampede and Overgrowth ready. So they can push immediately with this Aegis and Cheese.
No buyback on Tomato if he gets jumped. Has to be so careful.
Oh, actually smoking to try and start something here. BKB is going to be used by Magical as he holds his ground. They get the Axe.
Throw on Tomato.
There we go, Crystallize. He's got the Chrono that they needed. Tomato's held down. And they found Schofield as well. And that Chrono will mean that this game is going to end in smiles from all of Na'Vi, including Crystallize, as they're 3 dead without buyback. Na'Vi pushing on. A little bit of a rockier game than game 1, but it gets the job done.
Give him the Rampage now.
Give him.
Crystallize wants it.
Come on, Pepita.
He's in.
Why you got to do this, Pepita? Oh, come on.
He's got a cheese.
Give it to him.
Going for it.
Give it to him. He really doesn't want to give it to him. Oh, Pepita. Come on.
But they get the win.
They get the win. Na'Vi, they're moving on. 2-0 here against Infamous. And unfortunately for Infamous, as Infamous, I think we can all agree they had some great showings here, some fantastic series, some really good wins. Yeah. And even in that one, you know, Tomato showing us that when he is on those carry heroes, he can do so much, but it wasn't enough. As Pepita and Whisper just not quite as far ahead as they needed to be to offer as much in those fights. The Ember Spirit just doing little to nothing at all.
Yep.
At sort of that point of the game.
And so much team fight. Na'Vi's really been focusing on like these combos, and they've been executing. Their coordination's been on point throughout this tournament. And it's like an unorthodox draft a little bit from the side of Infamous, right? They have like this almost like 4 melee plus a Morphling, all this like short range that you can tell started to play a factor for those Chronospheres and for those egg combos.
Yeah, well, there we have it. Another day, another victory for Na'Vi as they'll move forward at 1 step closer to making it to the major. Again, that top spot in the minor. We'll see if they can do it, though, down the line. But for now, 2-0 to Na'Vi's. We'll pass back the panel for some post-game.
This is great. We're not going to have a single day without Na'Vi playing. We're going to have Na'Vi playing every single day because they make it through. They are in the top 3, meaning they will play the lower bracket finals tomorrow against the loser of the upper bracket finals, which will happen right after this series, so very, very soon. But that second game, I actually thought Infamous had a shot. Cal, you thought Infamous had a shot. I went for everything you said. You sound like they're going to do it, and they did not do it.
I thought they could, too. I think that he didn't need to have a much better game. I didn't like his item choice. I think if that's a mid-1 Ember Spirit, as an example, you're going to see him go Buckler into Yols. But Pepita, when Maelstrom was playing the game without armor for essentially the entire time, and it limits your offensive capabilities, I would have liked to see him go that more utility Ember and just make plays.
Slacks knew all along that Na'Vi was going to take it. He's nodding intensely.
Oh, no.
He's not doing that at all, Shiva.
What are you talking about? Listen, it was a very close call. Did you remember that Roche pit fight where
that was
Morph went in? I thought that was the turning point. I mean, they really did have a lot of damage on that Morph. Don't touch me. It really had a lot of damage.
Well, you guys, you need some, well, timeout. So you're each going to be in a corner because someone's going to be sitting in the middle of you two, and that one person is Mac. Hey. Hello, hello. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Hey!
My first question, Mag, is, you're drafting game 2. You're like, hey, this worked last game.
Yes.
This can work second game too.
Yeah,
Yes,
great
definitely.
coaching. That was really impressive, the way you outlined 2 incredibly unique strategies.
It's not only on me, it's Saneko. He also have great ideas. We just talking a lot together about drafts, drafting against each other. So, and all of the strategies, we actually was playing a lot on bootcamp. Like, for example, we didn't play it much with Trent Phoenix until these games, but they ban a lot of our heroes, so the strat was good. First game, we played, we was confident, we win first game. Second game, they give us same heroes. We was like, okay, let's play.
Sounds good. So you guys mock draft a lot then?
What again?
Mock draft, like you practice draft with Saneko a lot.
Oh, yeah. I feel it's always good.
Okay. Do you need like more? Do you mock draft any other people? Because like I know a friend like named Kyle. You probably pay him like $500 for like 5 drafts. He'd be happy to practice with you guys.
I think we don't have problems with that.
Oh, no.
I see.
Oh, no.
Why didn't you go for the Alchemist again, though?
This game we decided not to go for Alch because of Nyx. We decided that he's quite good with Carapace. He can catch Alch in some situations, and Klinks was quite good. He also has super good synergy with Void Chrono, so we was confident in Klinks.
Thought process, game 2, when Tomato gets his rampage on Morphling. Was it sweat time, or are you guys okay?
I was watching this. When I saw that, I was like, okay. But still was confident we're gonna win. Like, yeah, that fight, it was terrible for us. Like, Crystallize was close to Chrono 3 people, but he didn't Chrono anyone. Saneko went into Chrono, they killed him. It was like super terrible fight, but still we was leading a lot. And I like the way guys recover after that fight.
They did very well.
They still was confident. Because, sometimes fight like this, like enemy team can just start snowballing you. You're doing mistakes again and again, but we was confident.
Indeed.
Yeah, we also have a replay on the drawing board to talk through. Kyle, Slacks, could you guide Mag into the ways of the drawing board?
Yes, please, come to me, young, delicious boy.
Jesus.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Look at that egg, buddy. It looks like they're screwed. But then, out of nowhere, Hell in the Cell, there he goes. Mankind, the Undertaker, throwing him down. Boom, baby. Put the babies out there. That was a sad time for everybody involved. That's like the combo coming to fruition. Look at those 2 eyeballs left there, too. A little sad face. Meanwhile, here's the mid one. This is the big one, boy. This is the ender right here. Tell me about it. Kyle.
Well, as you can see, Crystallize pops the BKB.
Oh!
Magical, I meant, pops the BKB.
Oh!
Great player, by the way. Who was responsible for scouting Magical? Was that you?
Yeah, it was.
Yes!
Me and Saneko was playing together with Magical about 1 year and a half. It was the time Vega was disbanded.
You guys
remember? It was time I was playing together with Saneko in Team Vega.
Okay.
And after that, we played for a while with some mix. We was playing with Magical. We already saw some potential. But I would say, like, this guy is have a good progress from last 1 month, 1 month and a half. Like, he's doing really great. He's starting playing better and better. I like the way he's playing.
Do you see the resemblance between him and Papa Cyril, the coach of C9? Because I thought that they looked similar.
You mean physically?
They look similar, and I think they both are very smart about the game.
I didn't know about who you're talking, so
That's okay. That's okay.
Don't
You know
worry about it.
what?
Nobody
We
does.
know Magical is really good. Let's see if Twitch chat also thinks Magical is really good. The most valuable player, the Hacks MVP of this game was... What? You guys are horrible.
Twitch chat is really just not a friendly place.
No, really not.
These guys know how to troll.
Yeah, I'm glad, unlike Bulldog, I don't speak Twitch chat, because they're all a bunch of real jerks.
I think they just want to type out moves. It's a fun name to say.
All right. Well, Mag, I hope we get a chance to talk to you again tomorrow because you're moving forward to the low bracket finals.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and I'm going to let you get back to your team.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, dog. Got him.
And that, of course, is Mag, and he is the coach of the current Na'Vi squad.
Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. And that means it's time for brackets. I mean, you know, we've got 3 teams remaining. Infamous, unfortunately, a drop here. They get to be 4th. We have Na'Vi moving forward. They will play tomorrow. Did you just cheer for Infamous getting eliminated? That was very rude.
No, I cannot wait.
And,
Dude, these teams are so hyped now. Not to say they weren't hyped before, but these are
Well, we need an opponent for Na'Vi. Na'Vi need an opponent, and it's going to be either RNG, Royal Never Give Up, or Tigers. And one of those 2 teams will be in the grand finals. None of them will be eliminated. It is the upper bracket finals. It is a best of 3, and it will happen in just a bit. But I believe I knew that was coming.
That was my new record.
Kyle, you know, did you prepare?
I was a sprinter.
No, I mean, not did you prepare for the button? Did you prepare for what is going to
Oh
happen?
no, Fogged is washed up.
I like Happy Panda. Happy Panda will happen very soon. He likes watching Dota.
He loves Dota. That's the only thing that makes him happy.
Same.
Mother, is that you?
I mean, obviously it's going to be impossible.
It's time again.
Oh, hello.
No pizza this time.
Oh.
We will continue with your own Dota tournament. The panda is hyped. Very hyped. Here is a recap of the rules. Bracket is on the whiteboard. You are allowed to max your level. You are allowed to max your gold. You are allowed to instant respawn. It is a 5-minute game. The winner is whoever kills the other player the most times in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you camp in spawn or take too long to get to the mid lane, you forfeit the game. You all get to choose what hero you want to play. Fogged and Kyle have to randomize your hero. New rules here. Listen up, you can only have one of each item in your inventory. Only one. No double
They
X.
broke my strut!
When randomizing your hero, you get one change. Only one remake of the randomize. Use it wisely. It lasts the remaining time of the tournament. Next up is Kyle versus Fogged. GLHF.
Yay! Go get him, Kyle!
They got rid of my strategy of my my multiple hearts.
Go
Yeah.
get him, Kyle!
You gotta run.
I'm sorry.
All right, Panda, you can sit down. We're gonna watch a match. Fogged and Kyle.
Woo! Get a little closer, Panda. Come on now. That's a good Panda. A little closer still. That's a good Panda. Woo! We're ready.
We are ready, but are Fogged and Kyle ready is the question.
They're still setting up, Panda.
So they are allowed to random once, but it's once in the entire tournament.
OMG, F-Dog, can't wait to see what we got him, Hog. What do you want to see, Panda?
Kyle's not in.
Go ahead. Anything.
He started the lobby and he's not in.
Oh, we started the match, but Kyle's not in the lobby.
Well, that's not going to change too much
That's not the right
when he
one.
plays the game.
That's the right lobby.
All right.
Production.
All right.
All right. Don't
Take
throw
me
people
away.
under the bus, Fogged. Well, we're gonna start over.
Okay. Don't bring down the hype at all.
No.
Hey, hey, thanks, baby. You know how to play patty cake, Panda? Ready? swords. Fast. I actually don't know.
Kung Fu Panda.
It's Kung Fu Panda. Panda, give me your best shot, baby. Give it to me Kung Fu style. Knock a hand out of the park. Oh! Jesus. Oh, this is a fighter, Panda. That's
See,
great.
the moment that the sad music is off, this Panda is hyped.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Kyle versus Fog to best of 1v1. A randoms only. Liking for Fog.
All right.
Oh.
Bane. You know Bane, you can Nightmare and then still tackle in the Nightmare? Can you just get like Moonshard, you know, get super damage? The only thing is you gotta be able to get the Nightmare off. And Lycan is a hero that can actually take the Nightmare off of himself with the wolves. Ooh.
Listen, I gotta be real with you. This entire thing is about who has the most mana. That's it. It's just who can use the items the most times. I mean, Refresh Orb's a big deal.
Shit.
And Lycan has 0 mana. It's not good.
Neither of them are random, so they want to save that for the finals. I mean, then they're going to go up against me, so I don't blame them.
One of them is a fool, dude.
Yeah.
How could you do this? This is your last chance. BKBs are coming out, Panda.
But which one is the fool?
That's a great question. They've wasted. Found it, Panda.
All right, we got a refresher on the side of the Bane. This is great. Dagon, okay, that's a strat right there, strat and a half.
5, yeah.
Nullifier for Fog, so he's going to try to get the jump, so he's going to... There's no Lincolns here, by the way. Keep your eyes on that.
Are we not allowed Lincolns anymore?
Oh, we are, but they don't spend an item slot. So they get infinite gold.
Infinite gold.
One of the biggest challenges to know which items are good enough to have as your 6, because there's a lot of good items in there.
Yeah, thank goodness for backpacks, or else
Look at my
this
screen.
competitive game mode simply just couldn't exist. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, Panda, how you doing? Smoke. Very interesting here coming up.
I heard Fog say that he's got a strategy that is unbeatable and that relies purely on items.
My favorite part about this is that Fog is
He's
like
got the Hex off, the silence, the bashes.
Oh, sweet Mesquite, what are you doing?
Well, that's one.
Gee willikers. Fog is tryharding so bad.
Are you backing?
Crazy. All right, here we go, Kyle. Come on. He's got the Necro books out. Go get him.
He's back.
Go get him, Kyle.
And there's no more wolf form.
Oh, there is a wolf form. He refreshed.
All right, never mind.
Go get him, Kyle. Turner, get that Aeon disc out, baby boy. Okay.
He's very speedy, isn't he?
Yeah, Lycans do that. They're pretty quick, Sheaves. Very good.
Well, if Kyle can get the Ancient down, and he wins as well.
Why has
he
BKB?
Abyssal Bladed.
Oh, Sheaver, here we go. Dagon doing approximately 0 damage.
Oh my God,
As that he is trapped in the trees by the Lycan and just being ripped apart there. Nightmare, though, Sheaves.
Yeah, he nightmares himself, though. This is still going to be him dying, especially with that bash. Kyle does not stand a chance here.
Oh, my gracious. Was it just the luck of the draw here?
Oh, the BM question mark coming out from Mr. F-Dog.
This is on, his name is F-Dog, and he's playing.
Oh!
Oh, Lord!
Oh, no, he's looking for weapons.
Oh, no! How could this happen? Denied is crazy.
I don't have any hero fucking lines. I'm trying to laugh.
He's frustrated because he can't laugh. Okay.
You can't laugh at him. Kyle now de-warding here. He's got a lot of room to make
I mean, he's already got the tower down.
Almost halfway down. Here we go again. Here comes F-Dog. Yeah.
Nullifier, Hex there, Abyssal Blade, all of the above. The Brain Sap's not even going to come out because the silence lasted too long.
Oh, this is an embarrassing loss. Oh, no, Kyle!
He gives up.
He quit out.
Rage quit if I've ever seen one.
These are human beings. You can't just laugh. Panda, these human beings. He's got to come back on the panel. Everybody like it wasn't.
That means I'm playing Fog in the finals.
Oh, my goodness.
Sad things.
Oh, time for your sadness to kick back in, Panda.
Don't touch his tail without permission, dude. That's not
He likes it. He won't admit it. Bye, Sad Panda.
Bye, Sad Panda.
Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for the lols.
Come back soon. Wow. Come back soon. All right, guys. Upper bracket winners bracket finals. It's gonna come your way very soon after a break.